We've turned off the taps on the W14. We're preparing the W15 for the 2024 season. Let's see if we can get a victory with what we've got right now by being savvy on strategy and taking advantage of every opportunity, starting in Singapore. What's up everybody, welcome back to AHGP, welcome back to F1 Manager. We're preparing for the Singapore Grand Prix, and as I said in the intro, we have turned off the taps on development on the W14, and we are now preparing the W15 for next season. So I'll just show you what we're doing at the moment. It's just research. Chassis, underfloor and front wing. We are manufacturing some side pods, and we will continue to manufacture a few bits and pieces. As you can see here, the parts will start to age and fail. It's just about capitalising on opportunities that fall our way now, and we've got some circuits that are going to come up and favour us. If we have a look at our car analysis and rank on the grid, so this is using George Russell's car. We are now 8th in low and medium speed. This was actually 5th last time I looked, and 3rd in high speed. Although if we change the car, does that do anything? No, it makes it worse. So other teams are still bringing upgrades, it would seem. So our acceleration needs a lot of work for next season. Engine cooling could be better. But we're going to struggle, I think, around the streets of Singapore. This is going to be a tough episode. And like I said in the intro, we're going to have to take advantage of every opportunity that is afforded to us. Maybe this is a race where the unique strategy that I came up with, I say I came up with, that I used in the previous episode might pay dividends, because there's a high likelihood of a safety car in Singapore. Historic safety car chance 100%. So without further ado, let's go to the race weekend and see what's in store in Singapore. Alright, practice is done and dusted, but the bad news is we're going to have to take a new gearbox for George Russell. Just look at the state of this. So a new car part for $1 million dues coming George Russell's way. A new gearbox goes in on his car. He will probably need a new ERS somewhere down the line, but we'll only take 5 places for that somewhere in the future. Lewis Hamilton will also need to take another grid penalty. He took one in Canada after Fernando Alonso destroyed his car and this engine, which I believe was fairly new at the time. Also will need an ERS, a new ERS that does have a very fresh brand new gearbox readily available to him. We're actually slower than the Alpine, which is 1,000th behind the Ferrari on our first lap, but we are improving the second time around. Hamilton doesn't beat Gasly. Russell does though. Wow, what a lap from George Russell. Up to 3rd place. 4/10 quicker than Hamilton.
Currently P3.
So let's bring the cars back into the garage. Leclerc goes 2nd fastest. Hamilton currently 8th. Looking good on that score. Leclerc doesn't actually have a time. In fact, it's because he's matched Verstappen. So it's all to play for in the race for pole position. We will get both laps in. Not improving in the first sectors or the second sectors. Leclerc is in Russell's way. We haven't improved on that lap around. Verstappen's gone a bit faster and now he's getting in the way of everybody. That's how you keep pole position. We have improved first sectors. Right, Hamilton, middle sector, not a personal best, but Russell is going a bit quicker. Hamilton 1.3 seconds off the pace and behind an Alpine. Alright, George Russell, final corner, here he comes. Stays 5th fastest. Hamilton stays 8th. Not ideal. Not ideal, but then Leclerc, Stroll and Russell will all have grid penalties. So Hamilton will probably start 5th. Unless Ocon does something crazy and goes quicker than him now. Wonderful. Ocon goes ahead of Lewis Hamilton, who's out-qualified by both Alpines. Just brilliant. Right, so you saw me put a new gearbox in on George Russell, didn't you? And there is a new gearbox there. Car parts. That's a extra gearbox that you have to serve a penalty for. But look at where George Russell's starting. He's starting third. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to take it. Let's do some strategy. So how much can we underfuel the car? Bearing in mind there's probably going to be a safety car. All Red Bull front row. Max Verstappen on pole. 5 red lights. And off we go. Can George Russell leap into second with his very skinnily fueled car? Let's put the magic driving clean air on. Hamilton has gained a position as well. Perez shuts the door. Hamilton has got himself ahead of Gasly. Ocon is actually in 4th position. And looking here at George Russell, the Red Bulls are clearing off. So that's to be expected. Hamilton with actually the fastest first sector of anybody. And he's going past Carlos Sainz for 5th place. Beautiful work from Lewis Hamilton. Let's have a look at the strategies. Everybody's on mediums. The AI is probably doing the medium hard. So if we can push and get undercut and keep the pressure on them, then we'll be possibly in a really good position. What we do need to watch out for is the fuel. We are 16 kilograms underfueled. This will be fun come the end of the race. So, what's George Russell up to? He is tracking the Red Bulls, pulling away from Ocon. That's the key, is to pull away from Ocon, who hopefully will be holding everybody up. But hopefully he won't be holding up Lewis Hamilton, because Hamilton has just got past Carlos Sainz. Echo those thoughts, Lewis. Let's watch that into the right-hand braking zone after the bridge. Lovely stuff. Is he going to go around the outside into turn 1? He is. Ooh, that's going to be tough through turn 3. Ocon's had drama here before. Looks like he's going to lose this position. And I think we might just steal a bit of DRS as well. We have. And now if we can deploy, we can get away. We'll avoid high-risk curbs to increase the pace. We'll do that with Russell as well. Bizarrely, we are now 3rd and 4th in this race. A circuit which I thought could be problematic. Obviously, we're being helped by the fact that Leclerc and Stroll have had grid penalties. But also, George Russell has nicked an extra gearbox and the FIA haven't noticed. So, excellent news. So we'll just top up. But Russell just hanging in there with the Red Bulls. This is very intriguing. Very, very intriguing. I didn't expect to be fighting Red Bulls today. But at the moment, on lap 8, we are. And let's make the most of it, I say. Because like I said at the start of the episode, we need to make the most of every single opportunity that's afforded to us. And if that means we win a race, brilliant. Absolutely up for that. No, I'm so glad that Hamilton got Gasly off the line, because he is in 8th and well off the pace. His lap times are 38.7s. Because Hamilton's made that early progress, and because of the way we've set our strategy up, he's able to do 37.2s. He's actually matching Perez. I think he was the fastest. Well, Leclerc was just a bit faster. But that's the difference it's made. It's got us out of the traffic. We can now run our race at our pace. I think that's the most important thing. That's the biggest gain so far in this race. So let's keep an eye on where Magnussen is. He's about to come into the final corner. Hamilton exiting the pit lane. He's going to come out behind Magnussen. Yes, just behind Magnussen. We'll pick up DRS off the Haas. Drive in clean air. Let's deploy. And with DRS we should go flying past, especially on the brakes into a left-hander. There we go, job done. Magnussen instantly dispatched. He should come out around Hamilton, if not just ahead of Alonso. Where is Alonso? Coming into the final section now. Where is Russell? Is he going to come out ahead of Gasly? Not quite. Just behind the Alpine. Gets the DRS. We'll drive in clean air. Are we up the inside? We are. It's going to be tight though. very tight. Hamilton's right there. He's just passed Alonso. In managing Russell, we missed Hamilton making a move on his old mate. And we are now starting to bring this race to cooking levels at Mercedes. Perez just exiting the pit lane now. We're going to be right behind the Red Bull. And very, very close. It's just over 2 seconds. Hamilton has just dropped back a bit. We've got 22 seconds now. Over 13 seconds now to Alonso. I think it just took a while to update because where Perez was. But yeah, we are flying. Absolutely flying. What was the last? 34.4 for Russell last time round. 35.3. We were deploying with Russell to try and move him away from Hamilton because we don't want them holding each other up. Let's go for it with George. We'll get DRS here. And we've actually closed right up to Perez. We could be taking second place from Perez as we go past Ocon. This has really transformed our race. This is unbelievable. And because Perez is on the hards, he's going to be pretty slow. 37.6, Russell 37.5, bottled up behind Ocon as Hamilton goes side by side with the Alpine. Please don't collide. Please don't collide. Thank you very much. Nicely done, Lewis. And Russell, can we... There we go. Whoop indeed. We are 18 seconds ahead of Leclerc, who has just pitted for hards as well. Sainz is on hards as well. They're just going to be running to the end. So wherever we come out, either just behind them or a few seconds behind, we're going to have fresher tyres. We're going to rinse through them. We are well set here for a shot at a podium, potentially even a double podium, because Perez is going to be slow as well. Here we go, over the Anderson Bridge. Russell on high overtake aggression. Now we'll have DRS. We're driving in clean air. Battery is drained. But we're not close enough. Verstappen is running away like normal. And it's the silly glitch where they slow down because where the corner used to be, the cars seem to slow down. It's very weird. It's a bit glitchy, but we're chasing a Red Bull, and I'm very happy about it. This is all very exciting. So let's see if we can hang it out with Perez. See if we can get through. We have got a red flag out of nowhere. I was just following the race, making sure everything was fine. Yuki Tsunoda's crashed. And yeah, that I think would suffice a red flag. Okay, this changes things. And it really is a nighttime race in Singapore. It's complete darkness in the garages. Someone put the lights on. Put a penny in the meter, lads. Okay, we've got 20 minutes until the session restarts. This isn't good because it brings the Ferraris right back onto us. But I think the play here is softs to about lap 45. We'll put this 89% left of tyre on. I reckon some of the AI will just go hards. It's a free pit stop and we can go soft to the end here with both cars. Hopefully. Well, Hamilton's actually got that fresh set of mediums. So let's stick the softs on him as well. Then we'll just rebuild the strategy afterwards. But this could be a chance. This brings the Ferraris right behind us, but it also brings the Red Bulls back to us. So potentially we could get ahead of them if they both go hards. Well, this is a great opportunity for Ferrari and Perez to get off the hard tyres and just stick a set of mediums on. Maybe even run to the end. I don't think they'll run to the end from here. It's a bit early. It's lap 32, but what it does do is sort us out on fuel. It's 2x2 on the front 3 rows. Red Bull, Mercedes, Ferrari, and here we go. Let's drive in clean air.
Just cool down.
And our two drivers are side by side. Is Hamilton going to get through past Russell? I think he is. Through goes Hamilton for the moment. Russell fighting back though. Let's deploy with both cars.
Push and hold, overtake.
And Russell has eased ahead. And in fact, Hamilton, don't fight your teammate. Let your teammate pass. He's already ahead of him. Okay, restart. Fine. No positions lost, but nothing gained just yet. Hamilton now under pressure from Leclerc. He has fallen back from Russell and has now fallen behind the Ferrari. So that's where the red flag was annoying for me, because we had such a big gap back to Leclerc and we were comfortable even though he was catching us at that point. Let's turn the overtake aggression down to low, and my phone is buzzing. But what's buzzing as well is this race at the front, which George Russell is very much a part of. And I'm here for it. He is cooking, and we are bringing this to the boil as Perez looks for a way past Verstappen. Not something you see in modern day Formula One. And Russell just taking a watching brief. Hamilton having a look at Leclerc. Leclerc has just waltzed back into the fight for the lead. Remember earlier in the year where he took a grid penalty in Austria and won from like the mid-pack? He's going to do that here in Singapore. Mostly thanks to a red flag, but, you know, like I said at the start, take the opportunities that come your way. Right now we're kind of doing that, but not completely. I'm going to ask George Russell to let Lewis Hamilton through. There we go. Now pick up the DRS and run away from Sainz, please. Hamilton deploy. Russell deploy. See if we can close that 3.5 second gap, which is just growing at an alarming rate here. Probably because our tyres are very second hand by now. Virtual safety car. Lance Stroll has got a full safety car. Full safety car. Okay. Here's the accident. It's the two Aston Martins, just like they did in Baku. And Stroll has had Alonso into the wall. And that's Alonso out of the race. Almost certainly it is. So now, what are these guys going to do? They are just up ahead of us. So, Russell has a used set of mediums. That set of softs won't make it to the end. So, do we go hards here to the end? Do we try and manage the softs? This is really poorly timed. That red flag came out at a bad time for us. The safety car has now come out at a bad time for us. I think we pit. I think we do it with both cars. I think if we put Lewis on a set of mediums, will they make it to the end from here? Yeah, they will. So let's put Lewis on that set of mediums. George, do we put him on the hards? They're so slow. They are just so slow. I think a few laps behind the safety car might just be able. We might just be able to do it on that set of softs with George. But then if we're going to go softs with George, we might as well go softs with Lewis, which they won't do. So mediums for Lewis. And we will box now under the safety car. But then what if no one else pits? We've got a few seconds, so let's watch what Verstappen does. Is he going in? Yep, they're all going in. So everybody's going to go into the box now, which means we're probably going to get. Although there's a gap behind Stroll there. All right, so what? Oh, why is Hamilton staying out? No! No! Why is Hamilton staying out? Oh no! He's going to pick up the safety car. Oh no. Hey guys, editing Aaron here, just to address what's just happened in Singapore. I'm looking at it now on my other screen, and basically what I've done is I've gone into Hamilton's strategy, not selected anything, come out, then updated the strategy editor, and then obviously in my blind panic because of the safety car thought, oh, that's going to ask him to come into the pit lane, but I've not actually called him in for a pit stop, which is why he then stays out. So that's that addressed. On with the rest of the race. Oh, Hamilton's going to be fuming. He's going to be absolutely furious. Oh no. Verstappen's gone on to another set of hards. What? Gasly's on hards. Leclerc on mediums. Oh, Hamilton's going to end up last. Okay, so I think what we do from here then is we cancel the stop and we just gun it. He's going to have to do a bit of a masterclass on tyre strategy. I'm going to come out so far behind. But we're going to be a lot faster. I mean, what would be helpful now is if they called a red flag. But unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get that lucky. Right, here we go. Restart.
The leader has control now.
And Verstappen's going to be mighty fast. Gasly's up in third, but he hasn't stopped yet either. Alright. Let's see how this pans out. Russell's actually just passed Perez on those soft tyres, which will be marginal to the end of the race. We'll push with his fuel as well because we can at the moment. Hamilton, maybe Gasly's the one that's going to bottle everybody up. Let's see. There's Verstappen taking the lead. So we'll just go drive in clean air. And yeah, well, we're not going to win the race, but we can certainly have at least Russell on the podium. DRS now enabled. 32.8 for Verstappen. We've got a virtual safety car. This could be golden. This could be the ticket that Hamilton needs to get out of jail. Let's put... Will the softs make... I'm sure the softs will make it to the end from here. 26 laps. That is 25 laps to the end. That's going to be marginal. I'm going to put the mediums on. They won't be as fast, but they will last. They will last the distance. We've got a crash involving multiple cars. Ocon and Perez are out. Oh my word. Please pit Hamilton. Please. Where's he going to come back out? What is the delta? Time considerations. Virtual safety car. We lose 16 seconds. Logan Sargent is 16 seconds behind the leader. Hamilton is 3 seconds behind Verstappen. But they're all going slower. He's pitting. Right. Here we go. This is crunch time. Who and how many are going past? And if we get a pit stop issue now, that is just salting the wounds. It's a better pit. It's a good pit stop, but Hamilton's going to come out last with 15 laps to go. So unfortunately, it's not helped him at all. All right, VSC has ended. Let's see how things pan out from here. DRS enabled, and Russell immediately on the case, taking third from the Alpine. He's got 13 laps to do on those soft tyres. Just go standard on the pace. 7 seconds to Verstappen. Oh, he's going for second place, and George Russell takes second place. George Russell into second place. Could the win be on for George Russell? Surely, surely not. As Hamilton looks lonely in last. Russell loses the position to Leclerc. We're still fighting the Ferrari. We'll be driving... Oh, we've got another VSC. And a full safety car. Who's crashed out? Hulkenberg and Piastri, because Hamilton's just jumped up a couple of places. Look at Bottas up in 7th. Ricciardo in 8th. Sargent is on track for some points at the moment as well. This Singapore Grand Prix is absolutely nuts. Verstappen going late. And Leclerc is on course for an improbable victory for Ferrari. But you've got the lead car on hards, the second car on mediums, and the driver in third on softs. And Hamilton ready to just drive past everybody. We'll go high on the overtake aggression. He's losing a position to the Alpine. Come on, man. And he's losing another one. Oh, the soft lines are going to be absolutely... Oh, he's up the inside. That's Norris. Oh, this has not worked out well for Lewis. Low driver confidence as well. Need to get that back up, otherwise he's going to have a crash. And Russell is falling away from Ferrari's Charles Leclerc. I think we might just be looking at bringing him home for the podium.
So we have no
Hamilton's still not past Joe. What a nightmare. What an absolute nightmare second half of the race. That red flag, well, yeah, the red flag was the start of it, really. Because we were comfortable, absolutely comfortable up until that point. But, as I say, cautions breed cautions. And that has proven to be true as Hamilton finally gets past the Alfa Romeo. 2.5 seconds now behind Lando Norris. I said this could be a difficult race, but I didn't think we'd be finishing outside the points. Here comes Sainz. He's going to take that podium away from us, unfortunately. Lance Stroll, having put his teammate in the wall, is set for a 5th place finish. So here comes Carlos Sainz. Russell defending him. Russell defending him, but it will be to not much avail, really. We're driving in clean air with Lewis, but it's making absolutely no difference. Sainz on tyre wear. He's got mediums on, which are going to be in much better condition. Leclerc is still hustling Verstappen with 2 laps to go. Russell stays ahead once more. Hamilton down the inside of Norris. Oh, there was contact. That was contact with someone. Is it Hamilton? I don't think it is. We've got a safety car which is going to save George Russell's race. It's going to give us a podium. Remember the safety car in Canada took away a shot at a podium, and today it has given us a podium. After all the stuff that this race has thrown at us, of course, it has to finish behind the safety car. Sargent is out of the race, blowing his chance at points. Hamilton is not going to score a point at all. We will cross the line in 3rd and 11th. An unlikely podium for George Russell. That's, I think, his 3rd podium in 5 races. If you enjoyed this wild episode of F1 Manager, make sure you give the video a nice big thumbs up for me. Share the video with people who you think might enjoy it. Subscribe if you're really enjoying this journey through the first season with Mercedes. I'll see you at what's likely to be a wet and soggy Suzuka, as we've just found out, for the next episode. For now, though, it's goodbye. See you next time.